Every day, 255 million Americans share one thing in common. Despite their differences of culture, color, and creed, they all join together in simultaneously committing the same individualistic act that's slowly killing us all and poisoning our planet. Without a solution, the consequences will be catastrophic. Cars have already significantly impacted our planet, and they have an active detrimental effect on the environment and human health. Vehicle pollutants harm our health and contain greenhouse gases that cause climate change, which in turn can lead to increased respiratory issues for citizens and global temperatures to increase. If we continue on the path we are on without change, the system we built is due to crumble. By providing a solution like switching to more modernized public transportation, we can start to see a positive change not only for the environment but for ourselves. In the 19th and early 20th century, the United States was the proud owner of one of the most advanced railroad systems in the world, playing an important role in its economic growth and westward expansion. The Transcontinental Rail was built in 1869, and it connected from the East Coast all the way to the West, cutting travel from months to days, boosting trade and migration towards the West. Railroads were the feet of Americans, allowing them to travel and move as they pleased. This continued until World War II came along with the rise of automobiles, highways, and air travel. Today, the United States is far behind the rest of the world when it comes to public transit, with countries like Japan, China, South Korea, France, Spain, and many more having far more ecologically smart investments towards a better future. Cars are thought of as the embodiment of freedom, something America is very attached to. They are meant to represent the independence and free will to go where you please, when you please. However, the automotive industry has grown out of hand. Today's roads are clogged, and due to a poorly managed roadway system, along with growing populations, opting to drive has become less of a freedom and more of a limitation. The average American spends a full hour of every day driving. The United States needs to modernize, and a high-speed rail network is the solution. When compared with the US, other nations have vastly more efficient and widespread public transit systems. The US rail network is underdeveloped. It doesn't extend through most of the country, only connecting a few major cities. Not to mention that most US trains combine freight and transit rail, meaning that both types of trains run on the same tracks, often leading to delays and stoppages. Moving past this will mean a huge investment in transportation infrastructure, but we are already paying a high price for our cars. Gas is one of the highest daily expenses for most Americans, and cars are one of the most expensive singular items most people possess. The price when things go wrong is even greater. The annual cost of medical bills from automotive industries sits at almost $500 billion per year, in addition to the invaluable loss of more than 40,000 American lives every year. Reinvesting into public transportation will put us on the right track. The final product will allow for quick, relatively cheap transportation across the country that would bypass the rising cost of gas and cut away the risk of serious bodily injury and even death that we face every year with the risk of a car accident. Bullet trains would considerably help the United States by supplying fast, efficient, and economically friendly transportation that could serve as a safer alternative to cars and planes. A high-speed train reaches speeds of around 200 miles per hour, cutting longer travel times down by more than a half. The 6-hour ride from Los Angeles to San Francisco would now be an easy, less than 2-hour ride that is both consistent and reliable. Trains aren't limited by traffic and road maintenance, unlike roadways. These trains would not only benefit travelers, but would also create jobs, lower carbon emissions, and reduce traffic congestion by decreasing the number of cars on the road. By building a widespread, fast, and efficient public transit system, we will bring the United States into the modern era. It will take a significant amount of labor and money, but this will mark the beginning of a new age for America, putting us on a track that will lead us towards a brighter future. Cars are dangerous, and it's past time for a reform.